Yo, we here. Spread love, motherfucking podcast. We here, spread
Um,
love podcast. We here. Oh man, I miss y'all, man. I miss y'all so much, man. Shout out to y'all, man. To y'all, I miss y'all. Um, as you see, I'm sitting here alone. Shout out to my boy Meech. We not beefing or nothing like that. Just a change of location. A lot has transpired since the last episode. For the people that have been following the platform, the last episode was episode 6, focus, and and that's what I've been doing. I've been focusing. Not so much on the podcast. I got two projects that's coming out, two EPs. So I've been focused on that. I'm dropping a rap EP and a singing EP. Insane Genius. The rap project will be called Insane. The singing project will be called Genius. So I've been focusing on that more or less than anything else. You know what I mean? I quit smoking, quit drinking. So no more weed, no more Black and Miles, and speaking of that, the hardest thing with that is the Black and Miles. Like you could light a blunt in front of me and I'm okay. Like, but you light a black, sheesh, I may start sweating. You feel me? So yeah, and drinking a whole lot of water, drinking a whole lot of tea, just putting my voice through this little rehab because with all this smoking I've been doing, my voice is fucked. You know what I mean? At least to my standards. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, a couple things I want to talk about. First, man, let's start with Kobe Bean Bryant, man. Kobe Bean Bryant, you know, we lost a good one, man. We lost a good one. We lost a real one. You know, I think the best thing to do is just clear the air with this. Let's just say R.I.P. to everybody that was lost in the tragic. I'm only saying it because it's just a political thing to say. But if you know me, you know I'm a different type of guy. Like I don't like, you know what I mean. Sure, my heart goes out to everybody, but I mean, when people do that, it's like um, it's fake. At least I think it's fake. You know, some people might be genuinely, you know what I mean. But the realistic is that normal people die every day. Like, and it's no, and there's no disrespect to anybody that's normal or anything like nothing like that. It's just that if you check the stats, people die every second. Multiple people die every second, every minute. So if we being technical, let's just say RIP to everybody, since you know people like to be so emotional and so politically correct. But I'm gonna talk about what touched me and what hurted me. Losing Kobe and losing his daughter. Yes, that hurted me major. It affected me major, really. For one, because I'm sick of losing kings, man. I'm sick of losing people that are trying to help the problem. Far as when I mean the problem is trying to move our culture forward, far as the black culture, trying to move us forward, and you know what I mean, trying to set good examples and shit like that. Like it's like damn, why the suckers is living? Like why 6ix9ine ain't you know what I mean? Not wishing death on nobody, but it's just like damn, like we losing the real ones. Um, like for instance, I know it's this picture floating around where Nipsey and Kobe is like giving a high five at a game. That picture is fake because you know what? I'm a different type of nigga. I knew that picture was fake because I knew where both pictures came from. The picture with Nip that came from the first game of last year. The first game of last year, the Lakers game, and the picture they took from Kobe that came from the game where the Lakers played the Mavericks. So, you know what I mean? I'm a different type of dude. I'm really a real student of this shit. Like, I ain't had to search that shit. Like, I knew by just knowing what they wore, and I was like, oh, this shit is Photoshop. Same as, it's another video that's going out there of Kobe, like, doing, like, a Michael Jackson dance at the fucking free throw line. Yeah, people is out of pocket. That shit is fake as fuck, too. Anyway, and good editing. Whoever made them shits, good fucking editing. But yeah, back on Kobe being Bryant, man. That shit hurted me, man. I'm on record saying this. Before I talk about what I'm on record saying, I just want to say this. I'm not saying the GOAT conversation. I'm not participating in none of those conversations no more. For one, it's not realistic. It's not facts. It's all opinions, and it's disrespectful to all the GOATs because it's more than one GOAT. You know what I mean? It's disrespectful to people that actually put work out there on that motherfucking basketball court. You know what I mean? So, like I was saying, I'm on record for saying I'm on record for saying that I took Kobe for granted. And I want to elaborate on that because I don't know if I ever elaborated on it. Because I love this game so much. And if you know anything about sports, what makes sports so great is the rivalries. And the fact that you can say, fuck that team, my team is the shit, fuck that player, my player is better than yours. Like, that is what makes sports great, the competition of it. So in the name of basketball and the love of basketball, I didn't really care for Kobe. I didn't, you know what I mean? For one, I grew up a Shaq fan. And then, as I got older and really like got to see basketball for what it was, I grew to really love LeBron James, which is my favorite player of all time. You know what I mean? So I didn't watch Kobe. I really didn't care for Kobe. I respected him, but I didn't. You know what I mean? Really didn't care for it. It's not until his last game. His last game was the only game, other than if he ever played against LeBron, that I watched the full game of. And I remember watching that like, damn, I played myself. I robbed myself from seeing greatness and watching greatness. You know what I mean? So I'm also on record telling people don't make the mistake I made with Kobe, with LeBron, because people love to hate on LeBron. So I always tell people don't make that mistake that I made. So just losing Kobe, man, it hurt it. It really did. So let's take it back to the last game. The last game, I that's when I knew like I took him for granted. And also, just watching who Kobe became after he retired. I don't like to say what he became. I think he just was able to let that whole shell go, that whole persona, which is the same thing. The same thing like when I was saying like I took him for granted for the love of the game. I think he had that persona for the love of the game. Like it got to be Kobe against the world. Like that was his thing to make him be greater. To feel like everybody's against him and it's him against the world, and you know what I mean. That type of, you know, what is today known as Mamba mentality. You know what I mean? Everything he was, like, you know. Man, he let go the game. He let go all of that, man. He really, like, really showed that he's human. Really showed that he's down to earth. And something that Michael Jordan don't do. Never did. Like, Michael Jordan don't pull up the podcast, and we don't see Michael Jordan do nothing really normal other than maybe that he gambling and smoke cigars, but everything else, it's like nobody's holier than thou when it comes to Michael Jordan. So that really throws me 100% off on Michael Jordan. Like, just his whole personality. Like, you could just tell, like, he's a certified asshole. Because he don't never show you nothing different. You know what I mean? So, to watch Kobe transition, the way he pull up the podcasts and radio stations, and he have these talks, and the way he mentor the next generation and pulling up the WNBA games and watching who he was as a father, like all of that type of stuff, like just really made me love him and respect him on a whole totally different level other than basketball. I already respected him as a basketball player, but the other things made me respect him on a whole different level. So yeah, man, shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to Kobe. I don't want to get too deep in Kobe because I don't want to get emotional and shit like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to Kobe. Okay. Something else I want to talk about. Did we watch the Super Bowl? Did y'all watch the Super Bowl? I'm sure y'all did. Now, if you know me, you know I don't care too much for football. I really don't. I never really did. And then once it got out there I never really cared for football. When it got out there that the football institution is a racist institution, I really didn't care for football. I was like, there's no need for me to really even watch it. There's no need for me to support it. You know what I mean? And shit like that. This year I watched it because I was bored and also, you know what I mean, just wanted to see what the fuck was going to happen. Being that Jay-Z is involved, I just wanted to just, you know, whatever. Checked it out, whatever. It didn't really mean nothing to me or whatever. But one thing did happen in the Super Bowl that I'm seeing is catching eyes and catching attention is that Jay-Z and Beyonce sat down during the national anthem. Am I surprised? Hell no. If they would have stood up, then I would have been surprised. Just keeping it G. Like, you know what I mean? But Kaepernick decided to get on Twitter and make a little comment saying that thought we was done with kneeling. Thought we was over that or past that, something like that. And he said that because Jay-Z made the comment saying that we passed that, what's next? And I want to talk about that. You know, that's what I want to talk. I want to talk about Kaepernick and this Jay-Z situation. Number one, I hate the fact that two, you know, important, you know, I guess we could say that Cap is important. That's what we're going to get into. Why is he important? I don't know. That's what we're going to get into. But two important people, black people, you know, going through this. But what I'm realizing is very one-sided. It's very one-sided. Even when Jay joined the NFL and Cap gave him his ass to kiss, Jay still did what he could to pull some strings to give him a workout, to try to get him a job. But like I've been telling people, Cap is Cap. Cap is meaning Kaepernick is Cap, meaning that he's bullshit. He's a fake. You know, he is a fake. And I didn't want to take it there because I feel like I'm big on if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And I'm also big on like I don't want to be the person that's shooting important people down or people that's trying to help or people that's trying to move forward. You know what I mean? The shit that I stand for. But I'm starting to see a pattern in Kaepernick that's really sickening. And it's just proving everything I thought about him. Thought he was a fake. I thought he was only doing shit for clout. And everything he do is proven. Like for instance, do y'all know what Cap was doing for the Super Bowl? He was feeding the homeless. Cool, there's nothing wrong with that. But why wait until the biggest day of your thing? This is your thing, and football is your thing. Football is not my thing, so I'm gonna say it's his thing. Why would you wait till the biggest day to do that? If that's really what the fuck you want to do, then you should do that shit any given day. Don't do that shit on that day because you know motherfuckers is going to wonder what the fuck are you doing. You know what I mean? Because you know motherfuckers is wondering what the fuck you doing that day. So now you want to pick that day to do some real, you know, type shit. Get the fuck out of here, you fake, bro. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to talk about. These fake, woke motherfuckers, man. It's a lot of fake woke people, man. Like, and let me just say this. I hate the word woke. Like, I hate that. Hate that saying. Only reason why I'm using it is because I know y'all know what it means without me. You know what I mean? One word. It's a one word that means so much. So for me to explain it, I would have to say 1,000 words. So I like that I could use that word and it could sum up and y'all know what the fuck I mean. So it's a lot of fake woke people. Why? I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into why. Why? Why do I think it's so many fake woke people? I think a lot of people want to be woke, but this one thing for sure is that this is not it's not an overnight thing. You can wake up from what you thought was reality, and that can happen overnight. But the process of learning, you know what I mean, what reality is and what the truth is, that don't happen overnight. It takes a lot of reading, a lot of research, a lot of, you know what I mean, sleepless nights, a lot of it. You know what I mean? For instance, let me talk about what made me this way. My dad. My dad gets all the credit. My dad had this tactic that he would use that really woken me up big time. It was this tactic. Say if I get in trouble, he wasn't the type to whoop my ass or none of that shit. What he would give me a book, not any book. It would be, you know what I mean, real black books, books that should be any black person's Bible. You know what I mean? The autobiography of Assata Shakur, the autobiography of Malcolm X. I'm talking about, you know what I mean? If you know, you know. But those type of books. And what he would make me do is write like a 5-page essay front to back on the book, and he would give me a quiz on it. And I can't get off for punishment until I pass both the test and I write the quiz. So I was forced to read these books, you know. So yeah, that was definitely the start of it for me. You know what I mean? That really sparked my brain and shit like that. And then, but the thing was, I was young. So I was still a product of my environment. I was a product of the people around me, and nobody around me was having real conversations, or nobody around me even cared about, you know what I mean, the black man's struggle or anything like that. No, so you know what I mean, it was just, you know, something I kept inside. Just something that I knew that if I was ever in a position where I can teach the next man or wake the next woman or next man and teach them the truth and get them some type of understanding, I would. You know what I mean? Like, so I kept that in. It's a big reason why I wanted to be an entertainer. Is so, you know what I mean, I can, you know what I mean, help people in a major way. But anyways, let's get back to Cap. Now, this is what I think what happened with Cap. Or maybe should I just go back and talk about why do I think people, you know, become woke before I get to Cap? It's a lot of tension come with this. It's a lot of tension. I think that's what happened with Cap. I think the females, like, it's you end up in a different realm with females. Like, when I mean different realm, I mean different realm. The type of females that a woke male will attract are the type of females you can't get on social media. You can't get by meeting them at the bar or the club, or, you know what I mean, they just not those type of females. If you was to happen see them in one, trust me, they in there to get a drink and they ain't in there to mingle and fuck or none of that type of shit. So yeah, you know what I mean, real queens. You attract real queens when they think you're a real king. So I think that's why we got a lot of fake woke people. I think that's one of the things too, and I think just the clout of it, you know what I mean, they want to make these little nice quotes and make it seem like they smart, and you know what I mean. I think is a big play on that. But let's talk about Cap. Why do I think Cap? This is what I think happened. once again, this is all opinion, not facts. And if you know about me, I hate opinions. I only care about facts. But here come an opinion for y'all. What I think happened is he kneeled and he believed what he was kneeling in. But I'm about to put shit in real big perspective. It's not like when this guy was kneeling, he was on the top of his game. When he was kneeling at that, before he started kneeling, he was asking to get traded from the team that he was on. You know what I mean? Before he started kneeling, he wasn't no starting quarterback. He was on the bench. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's a tough pill to swallow when 2 years prior you was a starting Super Bowl quarterback. And now your ass is not starting. That's a big pill to swallow. So let's put that in perspective. So let's get back to him kneeling. He's kneel or whatever. The first time he kneel, nobody really recognized or whatever. Second time he kneel, start gaining traction. And this is what the people love to do out there, which is y'all the people. Y'all just love to appoint anybody for whatever reason. So I think with him kneeling, it gained this attention. You know, like now he's kneeling. He's next thing you know, like at the shit gain attraction. A week or two, he's on the cover of Time magazine. You know what I mean? So he's starting to see like. You gotta put this shit in perspective. When you was a starting quarterback on a Super Bowl team, you know what I mean. The world was yours, at least ego wise. You know what I mean. That's just normal shit. And then when next thing you know, you're not performing the right way and you're getting benched and shit like that, your ego takes a hit. It's just normal shit. So you really don't, you know what I mean? You wonder will you ever get back to that place again. And with him kneeling, that attention got him back to that place. You get what I'm saying? It got him to a place that he never been. Like, even when he was a starting quarterback on a Super Bowl team, he wasn't on the cover of Time magazine. You know what I mean? So I think with all of that attention, he was like, fuck it, I'm going to just play the part. Fuck it. Now, next thing you know, the nigga is picking out his motherfucking hair. Nigga ain't rock no motherfucking afros. Now the nigga rocking dashikis. Nigga ain't rock no goddamn dashiki. Come on. Come on now. Come on. Let's be real. You know what I mean? When he was in the height of his career, that motherfucker wasn't throwing on no fists. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, you can find you could find interviews with him talking about people like Richard Sherman, which Richard Sherman was one of those people back when Colin Kaepernick was at the height of his career. Richard Sherman was one of them people that even at the height of his career, he letting people know like he stood for something. And Colin Kaepernick was one of them people like, yo, he should just shut up. He tripping. He's going, you know what I mean? He was one of those people. Like, do your research. You know what I mean? But nah, that's just all. Like, I just want to talk about, like, yeah. Like, the nigga's a fraud. That's all. The nigga's a fraud. And if you know anything about me, you know I love Hove. You know I love Hove. And one thing about Hove moving big silent. So Hove ain't the type to, you know what I mean, get into this shit. Like, Hove, when Hove do shit, he do it really out of the kindness of his heart. He said that he believed that giving should be, you know what I mean, it shouldn't be talked about. And when you're giving, the person shouldn't even know that you even gave it. Like, it should just, you know what I mean, if you really care, like, that's just how, you know what I mean, how he thinks. He talk about it in his music and all of that. Like, that's the only thing he talk about when in his music. If he talk about giving, he talk about how giving should be anonymous. You feel me? So let's switch it over to Hove, because he don't, like I said, he don't talk about this shit, and he really need his credit. Somebody got to start bigging the man up. I'm not gonna wait till he's dead and gone and big my guy up. Somebody got to big the guy up. So I challenge anybody, anybody out there that can tell me another, maybe Michael Jackson, another black entertainer that has done more for the black people more than Hove. I challenge anybody out there. I'm gonna put a link out. I'm gonna put a link under this video of an article that came out about 5 or 6 years ago. It was an article that actually that got a list of all the charities that Hove participated in and charity work that he done. Now this was about 5 or 6 years ago. And when I tell you this list is long as fuck, it's so long. I never finish the list. You know what I mean? It's really that long. So I'm gonna put that on there. And that doesn't even count the shit that he's been doing lately. He's really been on this shit lately. Like really been on this shit. You know what I mean? Unlike Cap. And that's all Jay was talking about. Okay, we did the kneeling. Okay, we thank you for that awareness. But we need some action. We need some action. Cause your kneeling ain't saving nobody's life. You can't save nobody's life by kneeling. Yeah, you could probably bring awareness, but you can't save nobody's life. People are still dying out there in them streets. Cops are still killing us. It's still unjust shit happening. Kneeling is not, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's cool, but all right, we need some action. And that's all Jay was saying. And where's Kaepernick action? Please, somebody tell me his action. You know what I mean? Because there's been a lot of shit happening. Since he been kneeling, it's been 1,000 more cops killing people. I don't see him at none of the rallies. We got this shit that's going on in Mississippi right now with the jail where they doing all this nut shit. Where the fuck is Cap at? I don't see Kaepernick out there with my son and them. And shout out to Yandy. My son, Yandy, niggas out there that's really out there putting in the work. I don't see Cap with none of these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I don't see him out there. And check this fly shit out. Bringing it back to my man Hove. If you're a protester and you get locked up, whatever you protesting for, but it was mainly started for the people that was protesting Black Lives Matter. Who you think made a foundation, that started a foundation that's particularly for bailing people out that they are locking the people that are getting locked up for protesting? It's Jay. That's Jay Foundation. You know what I mean? It's Hove. Hove is the one that's actually bailing people out, that's putting their freedom on the line to stand up. And this is the guy that, you know what I mean? This is the people that these are the type of people like Hove, that people are so quick to crucify. They see one little interview with somebody like Dane talking shit or whatever. Who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a fuck? Like even me, like if you go to my hometown, it's gonna be a bunch of motherfuckers. I'm like, oh yeah, I grew up with him, he changed, he da-da-da. Okay, and so I ain't shit, cause they said I ain't shit. Cause I ain't shit motherfucker said I ain't shit, so I ain't shit. I'm canceled. Me too. Fuck out of here. That's how this world works. It's exactly how this world works. You know what I mean? That shit is whack. That shit is whack. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. And it just shows how, where it comes from. You know what? I do get it because I know where it comes from. It's only one other place. You know how people be like, you see people true colors when they mad at you. So that's where it comes from. Motherfuckers is jealous from the rip. So when you give them one little thing so they can attack you with, the jealous motherfuckers gonna run with that. They're gonna run with that. All of them motherfuckers that's Jay this, Diddy this, they the same motherfuckers that honestly in their heart believe that they part of the Illuminati. They are the type of people that honestly believe that Jay Jay sacrificed Aaliyah so Beyonce can flourish. Jay-Z sacrificed Jay-Z sacrificed Biggie Pac so he can flourish. Like, they really them people that really think that shit. Like, the same people that's today saying shit like, Shaq killed Kobe so he can flourish. The NBA killed Kobe so they can, what? Shit don't make no sense. This is nutty shit. Nutty shit. And if you know anything about, the people that really be pushing those type of buttons, like the Illuminati and the people that's really in charge that be really pushing those type of buttons, when they want to get you, they get you good, and they don't really kill innocent people in the midst. You know what I mean? John F. Kennedy, bow. You know what I mean? Who else? Dr. Sebi, gone. Shit. Martin Luther King, gone. Malcolm X, gone. You know what I mean? They ain't shoot nobody else on that goddamn balcony but Martin Luther King. They ain't shoot nobody else on that goddamn pool pit but Malcolm X. Niggas just be saying anything. Just nutty. Just nutty. Just because we got these phones and we got these platforms and motherfuckers want to be the first to say something that'll get a wow. So this is what people do. This shit is nutty, man. Shit is nutty. Nutty as fuck. You know what I mean? But yeah. SpreadLove podcast, man. I miss y'all, man. Don't worry, more is coming. Y'all already know what time it is. You know what I mean? I want everybody to stay focused, stay woke, stay on point, and do some goddamn research, man. That's all. That's all. Much love to everybody, yo. SpreadLove podcast. We here.